Okay, I just assume. So far so good. If you guys can hear me, this is our 6th day, and today we'll be having KOK versus Anonymous Esports. Now, same as Jan yesterday, KOK has been one of the most ancient teams in the ASG. We are in the inviting phase now. So KOK has been known to have a balance of victories and losses both at the same time. Their win rate is pretty balanced, was pretty balanced during ASG 120, and their team comp has always been perfect. The only problem is that their team comp is sometimes quite rigid with only a fixed selection, fixed range of heroes, which might lead to their downfall, and always has KOK also has a known vengeance against Gen squad, and their history is just stretching back to the start of my YouTube channel all the way to ASG 120 until now. While on the other hand, Anonymous Esports, they have been working together as a team for some time. Anonymous Esports, although it's their first time in the ASG, and although it's their first time also playing together against a real opponent, a real ASG team, and their team rating is the lowest. Although ignoring all of those, their And we are with KOK full team. And so far we are lacking one more member for Anonymous Esports. So we will wait first for their last member, and if they are unable, so let me just check his stuff out. Someone's fighting with JJ. So let us analyze some. Oh wait, what? Okay, calm down. And we are Walao eh. The fuck, who keeps inviting him? And we are in with our first match. Now KOK has a Kimi main, a Baksha main, and a Dirov main. So like I said, their team comp is quite rigid. We'll see how it goes. After Bharat's ban, high sustainability, and he's tanky, we have Masha to avoid split push. Second ban by Len Feng from Anonymous. Naughty JJ is the Baksha main, JJ is the Kimi main, and Rafaela Boy he has a purple title, he has that pro title, and their team comp, as it's very rigid, they are in danger of getting their heroes banned, as we can see from the second ban by Anonymous. They shut down JJTZY main hero. However, JJ has also been known to take Johnson, so if they can up him and the Baksha, then they will have that team fight, and that's something that will bring KOK an advantage. First pick by Anthony Chow, 0-2. And we have Atlas. Now for the first and second pick from JJTZY and Naughty JJ. Now, unlike the other teams who are professional esports and have played together, KOK is more of a family team where all their family members gather together and just play for fun. That is the kind of spirit. I just want that innocence, that passion to just play for the fun and not for the prize. That's the kind of spirit we need from teams like KOK. Now Brandon 2 going with mage pick, and Hylos bad move back there, as anytime they can pick a tank burster, but it really depends. Like I said, their team comp is rigid. Maybe they will be unable to adjust. Irritel from Rafaela Boy. And now third ban by bad matchmaking from KOK. Now the ban goes over the Excalibur from Anonymous. We are waiting for that ban. Countdown 10 seconds. And Sylvana is banned. Wrong ban back there. Really, research is quite important before doing a match. Apparently, they lack research. And Aldous is banned. Cho by Len Feng from Anonymous, while Excalibur making his 5th pick for Anonymous. Soon the pick baton will go over to bad matchmaking. And hopefully they can pick that sustainable. And they can pick a team comp that can let them win. Now we go with Mia. Now if speaking in terms of team fight, Anonymous only has the advantage only if the Sicilian gets his stacks fast. So analyzing out here by skins, we have that advantage from Anonymous as a form of intimidation. While from KOK we see more sustainability, and there is a late game capability from Iritel, as well as an early hyper ability from Dirov, and that gang capability from Franco, Basha, and Asma. Moving in onto the loading screen, and we notice that actually the loading screen advantage has to go to Anonymous, which is actually quite surprising. Now, as we load into the loading screen, I wish you luck, and please share the stream to whatever platforms you can, as long your friends and family get to see this incredible match, those incredible days of this tournament as it unfolds, and some more is something to do during quarantine. I think we'll start with Rafaela Boy, the supposed carry of KOK in the early game. Moving on to Zoe, waiting for that blue buff. Sicilian getting his stacks early on. He needs to watch that mana back there. And Brandon too has a not bad start. Demon Shoes as priority first. Miss Franco hook back there. And as you see, Brandon 2 took Purify, which is purely to target that Franco's, presumably, because Franco is a quite dangerous mid laner early on. Looking at the stats actually, which is surprising because Hylos is supposed to have more HP, scaling with the mana after all. First blood from a cooperation of JJTZY and Zoe early on, giving them an advantage of... We now have an advantage of 900. Moving back to Anthony on top lane, recalling. Brandon has his buff, but lagging apparently. And moving back to mid lane, bad matchmaking versus the Sicilian. Now, as we've seen before in the match of DG versus Mohaino, Sicilian can prove quite a threat if you use him right as a mid laner, as we've seen from the awesome gameplay of Mega Killer. Zoe farming back here, Asma having a 1-on-3 situation. Asma survives the 1-on-2 gang. Wrong kick back there from Cho. Back to Zoe. And Irito. Now, as we've seen before, back in the group chat, Brandon did mention he was about to use Sicilian, stopped by Wolf Demon. But really, they should have seen that coming. They should have banned that Sicilian. And which just proves how dangerous a lack of research can be. Lun Feng back on top lane. We now have a 1.2k advantage. Rafaela Boy in dangerous territory over here. He is just being annoying. That Iritel is pure annoying back here. Now with the third turret cleared, thanks to split pushing, nice split pushing, we now have around a 2k advantage. Nice goal advantage for KOK despite the loading screen advantage. We've seen in too many matches that loading screen really doesn't mean much. Diving back here, surviving with 1 bar, Naughty JJ dive kill. Rafaela Boy back here, clearing the top. Moving back to Brandon. Brandon, gank. And JJ survives thanks to Flicker. Basha coming back for backup. JJ has survived around 2 ganks so far. Nice one back there. And now Atlas back here. Another Flicker wasted. Trade for Asthma before. Iritel shut down by the Cho. Invading back out here. Oh right, it's not invading. They are taking their own buff. Sorry, side mistake. Basha moving back up. So far, bad matchmaking has missed almost every hook so far, which is really very hard because if he can't shut him down, they can't take down the CC and they can't slow down the stacking. We move back to Basha. Some action going on here, I see. With bad matchmaking moving back down here. And Cho shut down. Along with Sicilian and the Atlas, we have a triple kill, triple death from KOK. And although Asthma has been shut down with a cooperation of Mia and Hylos, it is not enough to stop that new 4k advantage. Back to Mia taking Turtle. Turtle taken while D-Roth is back here and another turret is taken. Now they're playing safe because they can only play defensive. One wrong move and it's something like that. D-Roth back here. And back here, a full wipe out. And Anthony has got his Dominance Ice, which is a weird combination, seeing as fleeting time is actually one of those core items they need right now. Shorten the goal advantage from 4k to 2k, which is a big difference. Another failed hook by bad matchmaking. While Rafaela Boy is moving back down mid lane. So here clearing the Lito. Zoe getting the farm he needs along with Naughty JJ. Atlas, Cersei. This is their best combo right now. Speaking in terms of team fight, they have to be really careful. Mia and Hylos back here. They are starting to play aggro. Back to Iritel. Nice one back there, moving back to the Atlas. That damage back there from Cersei is unstoppable. Finished, wiped out by the pure force of Cersei's multi-target burst alone. Now seeing, according to my research, yeah, I did my first time of research back there. Actually, both teams, their levels are pretty same, but the only mistake they made was not banning that Cersei early on, which is a result from DG. Hylos back here. Cersei, Mia, no, Mia. Mia is hurting, shut down by Rafaela. Shut down again by Cho. Now he is shut down back by that burst from Sicilian. Back to Baxia. Zoe back in the game along with Excalibur. Franco camping out in the bush for nearby support. Zoe has got his blue buff. Esmer moving on to bot lane. But it's too late. The bot lane is taken out with their outer turret. Basha cleaning up there. And Mr. C coming back down. That must have hurt back there. Back to Esmer. Zoe. Now Basha was not there to protect Iritel, because the only thing they are targeting right now is that Iritel and her damage. So we have to remember that the more minions come within Sicilion's range, the quicker he gets his stacks, and that burst just becomes stronger. Cho back here playing split push. While Esmer is moving back down. But it is too late for Lunfeng. And we move back here. Too late back there now. Zoe on the clock. His burst is not enough to take out the Mia. Strictly speaking, they really need to protect that Iritel back there. Brandon 2 moving back up. Got Max, Mia back on mid lane. Anthony wastes the ulti. Zoe back here. Back with Iritel. Now Iritel's mistake is that she goes to the front line, and that is a fatal flaw. No way they are going to win if they can't keep up that sustain. last 20 seconds before Seoul comes back into the game. And we are now at a 5k advantage. How many people watching? They're all gathering back in mid lane, moving on to Zoe on top lane. Gathering now again. We focus now. Rafaela boy. He needs to learn to protect himself. And that is pain we see there. Lot taken, moving back here down. Brandon having the stacking of his life. Wrong move back there. And it is over for them as they move on to finish the first match. And that is our first match for KOK versus Anonymous Sports. First victory ever by Anonymous Esports. Congratulations. Now, if Anonymous is able of winning again, they will be the official victor of today. This match matters to them because every match in this first stage matters, so you get that pairing later on. Back here, we are back with one more. We start it off with the second and possibly last match between KOK versus Anonymous Esports, and hopefully they have learned their lesson now to ban off the Sicilian to avoid that late game capability. We start off Len Feng, first ban for Anonymous Esports, and it is Bharat's ban, identical to the first ban they also made last time. Back to Naughty JJ making their first ban instead. It will be really wise to ban off that Sicilian now. And that is it. Sicilian is banned. And so there goes that carry we had, that late game damage we had last match. Excalibur now making a second ban for Anonymous Esports. Now it will be safe to assume that they might ban Kimi again, seeing as last match they really had that thing without Kimi, and if it wasn't for that Sicilian, there was a good chance he would have won anyway. There we go with a Brody ban, not wise as last time. Surprisingly, KOK bans their own best main for JJTZY, which is JJTZY himself. Kimi ban. Brandon O2 ups Anthony Chow, O2's Atlas. Moving on to Minato Namikaze taking Alpha. Hey, wait, is that? No. He doesn't take Alpha. I think that will be upping bad matchmaking. D-Rock from Seoul as a pick. Sylvana got Max. Now back to Lenfeng. Assumably Cho. Now back to Naughty JJ selecting his third hero, third pick. If the Alpha really is Minato, then I think they are having a real good plan. Weird plan, but maybe good. Basha comes back with his survivability added on by Minato's maybe Alpha sustainability and insane heal. Now speaking late game, because of that higher pick, we now have a serious late game disadvantage thanks to Hayabusa. Third ban, Kufra along with Sicilian will make sure that their supposed carry is safer this time. And as Sylvana is mostly meant for single target mostly, then that will also bring down that team fight ability that they had last match combined with Sicilian, which is banned this match. That's why they are planning to make sure that they can win in those team fights so they can move on to have that victory. Esmeralda is banned. Back to JJ. And JJ selects Hanabi. Brandon O2 and Excalibur making their fourth and fifth pick. That might decide their win or loss of this match. Making his pick. Excalibur selects Mia combined with Valia now. As if you have been watching the previous streams, you might have learned from the match yesterday that Valia is a very good poke mage. With that blowback, that sustainability, that purify skill, it will make him a very good mid laner or off laner. Back to supposedly bad matchmaking or Minato, I don't know. We have Selena of Minato Namikaze. We will see who is the victor of this match. If KOK wins this second match, then they will be the first team ever in ASG 200 to be able to fight back that last tiebreaker match. But it is quite a guarantee that even if they unlock a third match, Cecilion will probably still be an auto ban. We've seen how Brandon O2 plays his Cersei, and KOK can't afford to have that kind of late game damage in their way. Onto the loading screen. KOK has the ability, they have the loading screen advantage, but as I said, loading screen advantage does not mean everything. We've seen team rise, we've seen teams fall, and this is the decide match for KOK versus their opponent. We enter the second match, starting off with our Mia God Max. So we going back to his blue buff. For JJ and Baxia, they are assuming a 1-2-2 position, planning that Selena take Selena guard that mid lane first. Actually, if Minato had taken another one, if Minato had just went for Lancelot, actually there will be more insurance. But still, that does not ignore the fact that Valia is really under a big disadvantage here from Selena, and that stun ability. Also, Minato needs to watch the mana. So we getting his farm, moving back to the not so good disadvantage they're having on the bot lane as well as top lane. Basha moving back for backup. And that is a comeback back there. Wasted flicker from Selena. Back here we have a double death, but as we saw last match, early game does not mean everything. But if they can shut that Mia down as they did with that Iritel last game, they might stand a chance. Where my accent? Back here guarding. Now Haya without that blue buff is really not under that advantage. Back here we've seen that the buff's already been taken, so estimated that Lenfeng had already taken the buff but was interrupted later on. Back here Selena is still at the standstill with the Valia. Wow, bad matchmaking. And Minato Namikaze slays Valia with a kill trade for Hanabi. So we back here. Slain Hayabusa. Naughty JJ moves back in for defense. And Zoe is safe. So that puts us at a permanent early game advantage for the second game. God Max slays Minato. Excalibur goes out. Brandon back here. Valia has used off one of the fire bullets. Slain bad matchmaking, presumably with all his CC, which admittedly is quite a waste. Nice one back there. Wasted flicker from Valier. Thanks to Minato's strong aim. Aiming back here, we have Anthony Chow O2 slain. Minato escaping 1 HP thanks to that shield from her assassin form. Turtle slain by Mia. It isn't making a difference currently. They have a 1.1k advantage over the Anonymous Esports. Naughty JJ back here. Zoe back in. Nice coordination. Lenfeng runs away, unable to accept the fact that they have lost that top lane. Minato back here. JJ moves back in. Under dangerous marks back here. Anthony. Delayed and dealing additional damage to Valier. He really should have moved away that time. Hanabi being an awesome split pusher back here. Too late. She is shut down. Too late back there, but it was worth it. Personally, we now have a 1k difference back here. Thanks to that Sicilian band back there, I think they're getting back their hold on the ASG. Without that buff, he is quite weak. Basha back here. Taking buff. Wow, Minato. Valier is stunned again. Wiped out Valier. Basha back here. Split pushed again by Mia. Haya back in here. And it is too late. Wow, Lenfeng had that opportunity to steal back that thing. Shut down again. Kill trade. Mia for Hanabi. Brandon 2 moving on to the mid lane. While we have Basha moving down mid lane to also to guard, presumably in defense, Minato. And now moving back to Godmax. They are presumed carry right now. Mia is getting dangerous as the game progresses, which is exactly why they have started to target her. And even then, she has a Purify to run away from virtually any situation. Minato retreats, followed by JJ. Now we know that Hanabi also has a late game advantage. That is pain right there from Mia. Shut down D-Roth. Back here, Hanabi. Kill trade Atlas for Hanabi, and now we are stuck at the 0.3k. As with last match, they are narrowing the advantage now. Killing spree Minato to Lunfeng. And now they are equal, almost equal in that economy. Mia taking her buff again. Now we are back with that advantage back here. Minato going back to base for recall, and Zoe. God Max has taken their buff, leading them now at an advantage. Anonymous Esports is relying entirely on this Mia. And if they don't shut down that Mia, they are going to lose again. Really painful defeat back there. Mia late game. Back here, they move in, knowing what they're going to do next. Godlike back here. Triple kill. All wiped out. Bad matchmaking back in the game. Zoe and JJ. Lord has been slain by Mia. Apparently they intend to rush the game. Example being Blink versus Nairo. In both games, they have killed the Lord as soon as possible. Another Excalibur kill. Lunfeng slain D-Roth again once more. While they are now forced to a defensive stance exactly like last time. Shut down with Lunfeng. That burst back there. Moving back in from Seoul. Countdown 10 seconds before they come back into the field. But really hard game. And exactly like last time, it is another comeback. Now their only hope will be Hanabi with that high comeback ability. Bad matchmaking back here being AFK. And he is starting to hurt back there. Basha moving in for an initiator. Shut down Valia. And that is it, guys. We are finishing our match today. And that is our finisher for this match of KOK versus Anonymous Esports. completing our first stage, we will be live tomorrow at 8:30 with another match, this time being the second stage. Seeing here from the data, actually KOK did have the early game advantage, but later on, as they allowed that Mia to farm, it became their fatal flaw. Also, we see that actually Anonymous Esports has that fixed team comp back here. Rigid, very rigid back here. You see, same as last time, Anthony took Atlas, and same with last time, we had Godmax. And if they wish to be beaten, if they wish to beat Anonymous Esports, hopefully next time they learn to auto-ban Cersei for Brandon O2 and Godmax Mia, because they focus more on the late game, while Auto Hanabi has that comeback potential. Unfortunately, we have that burst from Haya, we have that attack speed from Mia, and we have that late game damage from Cecilian. So although they did have that early game and mid game advantage, once they let that Mia farm, it was all over. Their game was finished, as good as done. And so that concludes our match for today, guys. Same time, same place tomorrow with same platform, still YouTube. Tomorrow our match is the D versus Nairo Esports, in which you will see your supporter team play once more. And don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share those streams. And that is all for today, guys. Skills Talk. And don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share those streams. And that is all for today, guys. Skills Talk. I know.